Why is meal timing so important? Best split for bikini athletes. What is your playlist? How are you feeling at 17 weeks out? How do you focus on not comparing yourself to others? Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. So today, we're filming a shoulder workout. We've just surpassed 17 weeks out from the Olympia, which is coming around so quickly now. And I was speaking to someone the other day where it's like, it's just, the weeks just keep going past very quickly and like, it's gonna be here before we know it. So I wanted to make sure that I can document as much as I can for you. So today, well, yesterday, 17 weeks out, today we're doing a shoulder session at the Noose Gym, best gym in Dubai. Within this video, we'll also be answering some questions I asked on Instagram just to keep things interesting. A lot of people have always asked like what I do with my shoulder workouts and specific questions about prep, so I thought I'd put two and two together. So I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel because it really helps support my channel. And yeah, we'll get into the video.
My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Shopping in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me now.
So that's the warm up. I've just done 4 sets of just light lateral raises just to kind of get just feeling mobile. Okay, so first question someone asked was, what is your playlist? And honestly, the playlist I've been listening to most is This Is Skrillex on Spotify. So I don't know if you can see that. That is the playlist that I like to listen to. It's what I used to listen to like back in the day when I first started competing and started lifting. It's just a type of music that really gets me into the zone. I enjoy listening to that type of music. So that's what we're gonna carry on doing.
Straight up, all in my core, high step, there's a layer. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Shopping in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me now. Straight up, big broski in my line, sell a brother, get your feet in. But tap in with your peoples, like so they doing decent. Show me how to readjust some ways that I've been thinking. Been trying to protect what I've been building.
117.5. I was like, why does this feel so off? Fuck's sake. I'm such an idiot.
Celebrating our friends and we gon' up there when we touch down. BYOD, shout out to my homies working sundown. I should call my sister for some custom gold fronts now. Soul already shining, need no diamond, roll it, bust down. No matter how far, I can't forget the opposite.
I feel weak today. Right. Next question is, how are you feeling at 17 weeks out? So, I mean, I feel pretty good. Like, it's strange because I spoke to Adam the other day and my weight is probably been the most stagnant it's been for the last 6 weeks. But visually, we're making good changes each week. We're maintaining a good amount of fullness, conditions coming in. So I feel like my weight will have a big swoosh where, you know, maintain for a very long time, weight just holds, and then all of a sudden it will drop. It always does. So, but it's just being a little bit of a pain at the moment. But apart from that, I feel like I'm in a good routine at the moment. Like things are going really nicely, really smoothly. Like everything feels very easy at the moment. And it just feels like it's fitting into my life very easy. I think that's the main thing about prep is you need it to fit to your lifestyle the best you can. So as much as obviously some people do fasted cardio, some people do something else, I don't like fasted cardio. Max says this, everyone does this. I love doing my cardio in the evenings or in the afternoons after I've had a few meals because I feel like I have more energy. So for me, I enjoy doing those. I've actually really been enjoying doing spin class sessions recently. So for me, that's something that I've been replacing my cardio with because it's something that I enjoy. So I feel like doing what's best for you, that's the main thing in prep. You always have to just try and keep doing. But no, 17 weeks out, feeling very good, being in a very, very good position. So it's just about carrying on being consistent. So next exercise is lateral raises. I feel like I've done this workout so many times on YouTube. That's why I kind of input these little questions because my shoulder session has literally been the same for the last like year or so, if I'm honest, but it's worked for me. So this is why I keep doing it. So we've got lateral raises, superset with front raises.
Opposition. If you ain't been running front and side, you seen this competition. Wisdom telling me better slow down my heart and my conflict. I'm patient, ain't no free pass and I'm paid a lot for my position. Come and get it. All in my core, high step is a layer. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Shopping in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me now.
Next question is best split for bikini athletes. So the best split I feel like for bikini athletes is, again, what works for you, like I literally just said a second ago with how I was feeling at 17 weeks out. I feel like you have to work what's best for your body. So the main aspects of a bikini athlete, or just bodybuilding in general, is balance. So whatever split works for you that's going to bring out your balance the best is the main thing that you need to do. So obviously the main aspects in bikini obviously are shoulders and glutes. So Any split that kind of highlights those areas mainly is what you obviously want to try and be working towards. So my split at the moment is 3 lower body, 2 upper body, and then if I feel good enough to kind of do 6 sessions in a week, I'll do 1 full body, which is kind of like an accessory day. That works for me, and it has done for the last like 6 months or so, versus someone might not work well with that, you know? Someone that has maybe slightly more developed glutes might not need to train glutes 3 times a week, or they might not need to train legs 3 times a week, or they might need to train upper body 3 times a week. So you have to do what is best for you. Exercise selection and exercise execution is the main thing when it comes to obviously doing a split. You could obviously get the best split in the world. If you don't know how to execute the exercises properly, or do or have the exercise selection good enough for you, then it's not going to work. So always try and make sure you're focusing on obviously what fits your body and what's going to bring out your balance best, and then also exercise selection and execution.
Straight up, ball in my core, high step, it's a layer. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Shopping in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me. Like loving new friends, ready to be outside with my kin. Big glow on my chain on like I'm sitting on some ends. Be careful, you too loud with it, that get you for your wins. And all that flex around for none, now you sitting down on some bricks. Big leagues, running down no law, so I'm mixed up to the big leagues. Been here on runs, but I too loyal, I can't switch teams. Running out for them trophies, but I face all in that big screen. Now fame hit street fast, whistle quicker than that 10 speed. I can't let my soul put trust in diamonds and gold, but ones ain't gon' let you fall onto no trap. I stay motive, seen them hovering over your shoulder. Hit a lick while you gone, I'm keeping all enemies closer. Yeah, I've been ready on 10 toes. Don't ball in my court.
So next question, best posing tips for first timer. So if I'm honest, I'm gonna be just completely straight up and honest, get a posing coach. Like, that's all you need to do as a first timer for posing tips, is get a posing coach. Get someone who you know has experience, who knows it's gonna teach you. No, but being honest, because I feel like my posing only really peaks probably 2-3 years into my competing season. Now I'm seeing amateurs that have got a posing coach in off season and they're smashing it their first show, like they look like professionals, you know? So it's really vital to just
my life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Shopping in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me, not straight up. All in my core, high step, it's a layer. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Shopping in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me, not straight up.
Making changes and just getting better each time, because obviously the posing game is always changing. There's different ways to bring out confidence, so be open to change, be open to willing to do different things, willing to change up your posing style, and all that type of thing. We're moving on to the next superset, so we're going to do upright rows with the barbell, 20 kg barbell, and then the only annoying thing about here is obviously not having like weights. It goes from like 2.5s to 5s. I wish they had like a 3 or a 4, because next exercise with that will be around the world, on the front to here, or Y raises if you want to call it that. I just love that movement because it keeps everything else really stable and I can just literally connect here. Obviously I don't go massively heavy with it, but I feel like 2.5 is too light, but then 5 kilos is too heavy. So I'm like, what do? I can't do 5 kilos because it's just gonna be too heavy and I think it'll be bringing in my traps. So I'm gonna do 2.5s and just kind of do slow control, but then also a lot more volume with that exercise.
Straight up, ball in my core, high step, it's a layer. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Shopping in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me, not straight up. Big broski in my line, sell a brother, get your feet in. But tap in with your peoples, make sure they doing decent. Show me how to readjust some ways that I've been thinking. Been trying to protect what I've been building, been on deep.
20 kg was a bit skeptical, a bit too heavy, but we'll roll with it anyway.
Down, I should call my sister for some custom gold fronts now. Soul already shining, need no diamond, roll it, bust down. No matter how far, I can't forget the opposition. If you ain't been running front and side, you seen this competition. Wisdom telling me better slow down, my heart and mind conflict. I'm patient, ain't no free pass, and I'm paid a lot for my position. Come and get it. Ball in my core, high step, it's a layer. My life like a movie, just keep moving.
Next question is, why is meal timing so important? Eating the exact same meals at the same time every day. I mean, for me, the most important meals in general are just obviously pre and post-workout meal. Obviously, you want to try and make sure that you hit a good time post-workout to fuel, recover, all that sort of thing for post-training, and then pre to obviously fuel your training. Anything in between that is kind of, I guess, up to you, depending on your lifestyle and depending within your life. Now, obviously this question specifically is obviously asking about why do it every single day. For me, it's just a case of making sure that I know I can control the variables. So if I know I'm having my same food, exact same time, exact same days, all that type of thing, it can control my digestion, it can control my energy throughout the day, and I have control over those variables versus if I maybe didn't fasted in the morning and only ate at 12 and then the next day I had breakfast at 9. For me it doesn't, I'd be up and down, everything would be not as consistent. So for me the reason for meal timing is just consistency in general and making sure that I can control all variables around it. Especially in prep, you want to try and make sure that you can control everything needed, especially when it comes to water, like I said, food, pre-workout, post-workout, everything, just the meals that you have in general. And also as well, people macro track nowadays. I say old school, but I've just been having a meal plan since the day, since the beginning. So for me, that's just works and that's what I just want to stick to. It just is less to think about. I have the same meals every day because I know that's not going to disrupt anything. I'm not going to feel if I have, rice one day and then something else another day, it's going to upset my stomach or anything like that and then push things back, make my training sessions worse and all these things. So again, it's controlling the environments you have and controlling those variables. It's impossible to find anything in this place. Right, final superset. Face pulls, supersetted with tricep extensions.
Straight up, all in my core, high step is a layer. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Shopping in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me. Like love and new friends, ready to be outside with my kin. Big glow on my chain, on like I'm sitting on something else. Be careful, you too loud with it, they get you for your wins. And all that flex around for none, now you sitting down on some bricks. Big leagues, running down no law, so I'm step up to the big leagues. Been here home runs, but I too loyal, I can't switch teams. Running out for them trophies, but I face all in that big screen. That fame hit street fast, whistle quicker than that 10 speed. I can't let my soul put trust in diamonds and gold, but ones ain't gon' let you fall onto no trap. I stay motive, see them hovering over your shoulder. Hit a lick while you gone, I'm keeping all enemies closer. Yeah, I've been ready.
Done. Donezo. We'll do one more question over there, so 2 secs. What is that? Is it a bird? Well, I thought it was an actual bird because I'm not surprised because in BIKINIS, anything's possible because last time I saw on Instagram, someone brought their pet monkey in. That's how Dubai is here. But before we go, I'm going to answer one more question. And I think it's a very important one. Someone's asked, how do you focus on not comparing yourself to others whilst in prep? And I think this is super important because obviously, it's a difficult one because obviously bodybuilding is a comparison game. When you're up there, judges are comparing you against each other. So obviously, to some extent, you have to kind of compare and be okay with that, if that makes sense. So I think this is a two-parter. One, you have to be okay with comparison because obviously that's what happens on stage. But that is for the judges to do, not for you to do. So yes, you can look at others and admire them and, admire people at the top or admire your competition and say, they have a great physique, but don't let that hinder you from working hard enough or you from doing what you need to do. And make sure that obviously you're focusing on your journey. Look at your road, that's what you need to do. You don't need to look at anyone else. And then 2, I forgot what I was gonna say. So all in all, you have to be okay with comparison because that's what bodybuilding is in general. Like I said, it's not for your job to do it. You can admire, you can, be inspired, feel motivated by others, but again, it's not something that you need to do yourself. I'm very much the type of person that used to compare a lot, and even now I still compare. When I'm with Adam and from show to show, we'll compare my stage shots of me and other girls and say what do we need to improve on? Why did this girl win over me? Or why did this girl win over someone else? Do you know what I mean? And try and only get data from it and get facts from it and learn on how to get better versus putting myself down. I think that's the main thing when it comes to comparison. People use it in a negative way where they're like, oh, this girl's so much better than me, I'm so bad. Versus you should say, okay, yes, this girl's better than you, why is that? Let's now try and think about bringing up my weaker points so I can be just as good, So that's how you got to kind of look at it, I guess. But thank you so much for watching. I always like to answer questions because my workouts sometimes can be very boring because they are the same thing over and over, and that's what you need to do to build up your shape. Do the same things over and over again, execute it in the way that is best for you. So, I love you guys so much. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel because it really helps support my channel. If you are an amateur, pro, any level of poser, you want to be posed by me, head to the link in the description box below. If you haven't already heard about Say More podcast, go to the link down below, go and watch it, go listen to it because it's me and Laura Lee chatting a load of stuff. So, love you guys so much and I'll see you soon.